Today on Twin Cam, we're going to be doing something that I really should have done when I got this car very nearly a year ago. We're going to be putting in a new radio. So if you saw my little introduction to Melody from all that time ago, you'll know that she just has the basic Austin Rover medium wave and long wave radio. It's not up to much, and in 2022 it's next to useless. So I don't have a cassette and I don't have FM radio, so I can't even use an FM transmitter to listen to my music from a phone. So it is next to useless unless I want to listen to Radio 4, 5 Live or TalkSport, and Radio 4 is the only one of those that I'd ever even consider listening to. So I really wanted a cassette deck for this guy. I wanted something period that was correct, because I listen to loads of music on cassettes anyway, but I can't find one. So if anyone does have an Austin Rover radio cassette from this era with the green backlighting, etc., then please do let me know. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may recognise this. This is a modern Sony MP3 head unit, Met one, so there's no CD player or anything in it. It is just radio and USB. And this is out of Melvin. This was in Melvin when I bought him, and then I got a period cassette deck, so I put that in. So this has been sitting doing nothing for ages. So today we're going to take that out and we're going to put this in just to make my life a heck of a lot easier. Now this isn't the best view of the head unit, but it's the best we're going to get really, just because of constraints of car. So I've never taken one of these out before, so I'm not quite sure how they're going, but I've been told that it's on the tuning knob and the volume. So these, there you go, these should just pull off apparently, and then apparently it's spring loaded, so there isn't a proper cage. The cage, I believe, is in the radio itself, and then it kind of spring loads into the dash. So I don't know whether I could just pull that out. I'm going to guess not. So I've brought with me a socket to undo these. They weren't in very tight. That one's a bit tighter. So I'm going to guess this takes the faceplate off or something. Right, there you go. So that there is the faceplate. So now there are two more bolts there, but I'm just going to give it another go. No, again, that's not wanting to come out. So maybe I've got to undo some more. There are certainly no slots for any keys to go in at the side. And it seems as though this is disassembling the front end of the radio, so I'm going to guess what I'm doing is correct. So now, ow. Well, the whole radio seems to be moving within its mount now, so I'm not sure whether this comes off or not. Oh! Oh! There you go. Well, that's certainly coming out on this side. And there you go, there's the kind of spring thing on it, so right, this side keeps wanting to come out, but this side doesn't, so I don't know. Huh. Well, that can't be good. Oh, there you go. Oh, so there you go, so I have just pulled it apart essentially there. There you go, so that really was just spring loaded into the thing. So the faceplate's bolted on. I'm going to guess then that I didn't actually need to do all that unbolting. This could have all just come out, but it certainly made it easier, gave me more to grab hold of, so there we go. So, I don't know what that is for. Oh, I'm going to guess they're for rear speakers, because this car doesn't have any rear speakers. The wiring is there though, but just the speakers themselves aren't, so I'm going to guess they're for rear speakers, and then this radio won't have the connections for them. So they're fronts, they're rears. Not sure which side is which, but we'll cross that road when we come to it. I'm not going to be putting any rear speakers in this today, in the car, because that's not the priority. The priority is getting actual music I want to listen to. So yeah, we're just going to deal with the fronts, but I will have the connections for these in the new radio, so I might as well plug these in, and then when I fit rear speakers, if I come around to fitting them, then I'll just put them in and do that in another video. So that's the aerial, which goes to the wing, and this is the main harness for the radio. So, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to put this in yet, because first of all, we've got the cage for the new radio. So in my bag of goodies here, I have this. Now I need to figure out which way round this goes. Right, okay, so I'm going to guess the cage goes in this way. It's still a bit of a guess, but let's put it in. So what the cage does is it just mounts within the hole in the dashboard. Now the problem here is that when I took this cage out of Melvin, this is the one that came straight out of Melvin, I accidentally broke it a bit. So we just got to be careful here, I'm going to guess. So what we need to do to actually make the cage stay in the dash, and not to go any deeper into it as well, is there are numerous tabs on the inside, so we're going to have to push the tabs in. So let me go and get a screwdriver. Right, okay, that's kind of in. It's still a bit shaky in there. Again, I've never done this before, never put a radio in a car before, so I don't know. But it feels good enough. So I'm just going to take that as fine. We'll put the radio in. As long as it doesn't rattle, it's fine. We've just got to sit and hope at this point. So I have this new radio, and in the back of it, in Sony's own connector, is a converter to the ISO format of plugs. But this is DIN because it's a really old car. So I have bought a set of DIN to ISO adapters. So we've got the original factory wiring going into an adapter, going into another adapter, going into the new radio. So, but you know, at least we're saving the factory wiring, so it's not going to be stupid. So this one, judging by the shape, is going to go into here. Perfect, that was easy. This is power, illumination, if it's got it. I'm not sure it does because there are a few missing here. But yeah, this is power, well, a constant, a switched, the illumination. That's everything to do with power that the radio needs. The speakers are in here, so they're the two front speakers. I don't know which one's which, but you know. So this is the radio harness. So left front, left rear, right rear. So we're going to have to plug these into here and hope for the best, really. Hope that I've got this right. No, it's the other way around. So let's hope that is correct. Obviously I'll test everything before it goes back in so I can swap them around if necessary. But yeah, and while we're here I might as well plug in the other ones as well. So again, kind of freestyling that, but the fronts are definitely in the front and the rears are definitely in the rear. So they're the speakers and that's the power. Obviously we have the aerial. So now we can come to the new radio itself. This might be slightly out of shot because it's a bit awkward to do. That was a bit of a struggle, but that's in. So everything now is wired in. We've got a hell of a lot of wiring there, but that is everything. And finally, the aerial, which will go in there. So that now should be everything. These are wires for right rear speaker. That says, so that must have come out of there. Anyway, not an issue. I've not got any rear speakers anyway, and that is for power aerial, which this car doesn't have. So that should be everything. So if we turn on the accessory, hey, there you go. We have power. I don't know whether you can see that. I don't know whether it's even in shot. But yeah. there you go. So that is static. Hey! Right, I'll turn that down because I'm going to get a copyright strike for not, but there you go. We have radio 2. Lovely stuff. So this works. I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do is go into the settings to make sure we've got the things right around. So if we go balance, I'm going to have to set this up a little bit, but if I turn the balance all the way to the left, no, the speakers are the wrong way around, so I'll turn that off, and I'm going to swap the speakers around. There you go, so the speakers are now the other way around. Let's try that again. Right, that's coming out the left speaker, and the balance is set all the way to the left. So set the balance all the way to the right. Go back. Lovely stuff. So I'll reset that to 0. And there you go. There it is. The radio in. I can't play any music on it, and it sounds like rubbish anyway, because the speakers in the doors are awful. There you go. I'm very happy with that. So this should save me a lot of faff and Bluetooth speakers and all that kind of stuff, because now we actually have some decent audio. Well, half decent anyway. So let's see if this will actually go in the dash. So I'm going to have to push all these wires right to the back to get this in, because I've got all these adapters with me. And also, let's hope it actually goes into the cage without the cage breaking or pushing into the dash or anything. There you go. Hey! That's in! Well, that's just a faceplate coming off. Lovely. And then we have... Again, that faceplate's going to come off. But there you go! Fantastic stuff. So that's in. If I put the lights on, does it do anything? No, it isn't doing anything. I'm going to guess, just judging by the wires that were in the dashboard, that there's no illumination hooked up to it. That's annoying. You can turn that off, by the way. I'm not going to do it here and now, but you can turn that tone off. This seems to be a thing that annoys a lot of people about Sony stereos. But yeah, chuffed with that. That will work, because you know, I've only used this radio 6 months ago or something, so I know that the USB on it will work. It's just under there. There's an auxiliary input and a USB. So that is going to make my life a lot nicer with this car. So more aesthetic stuff as opposed to the mechanical stuff that this car really needs, because it's not perfect. But there's another thing that will make my life a little bit easier. So on that note, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please do click like and subscribe to TwinCam as well. I'm forever indebted to my wonderful Patreon supporters, so if you'd like to support me that way, then please do follow the link in the description. And I'll have more videos coming along soon.